What's shaking, guys? CJ from High Tide Lacrosse. Little bonus video for you today because I was asked via Instagram by James_X_web if I could do a Savage7 string video. Of course I can, because you guys are great and my job is to entertain you. So of course I'll do a video. I'll go through it. I won't live string it, but I will go through my pattern and kind of like what I did whilst stringing it. First thing, you gotta know, James, this is a pain in the rear, and I totally get that you're having trouble with it. It took me forever to string because it's such a pain in the butt. You gotta really have a lot of patience. That's the first step, is to be patient, because if you're not patient, it'll get really stressful, because the payoff is worth it, and I love this head, and the pocket in it is fantastic for me. The top string, it's pretty much your standard 10 diamond top string, except that I have tied down all the diamonds except the center diamond down to a hole. So I have the first diamond tied to that first sidewall hole, the one that's above the little bend here, the first one that's above it. Tied that diamond down, crank it. You gotta get some muscles and crank it down. And then pretty much just all the way across is your standard diamonds. First diamond, skip the first hole, tie down, tie down, tie down, skip the center hole, tie down, tie down, tie down, and then reach across and really pull it. I gotta be honest, cheated a little bit on this head. The inside of the head, the string holes on the inside of the head are narrower than they are on the outside of the head. So I had to get a pair of scissors and just open it up a tiny bit, just so I could get that string through there to make that loop. But once you get it in there, you won't have any problems tightening it down, because it's so tight anyways that once you tie it, it's gonna be tight. And the reason you need it cranked down and real flat is because the Savage7 has that really weird bend that we all know and love, and if you don't make it tight at the top, it's gonna click off of the top just because of the way it's shaped. So when you throw, it's gonna click. So it needs to be tight. That's actually why I did a braided nylon here and pulled it tight. So the release point's actually here and not like that, because otherwise it will click off the head. For the sidewall, I'm just gonna treat every single sidewall hole as a number. Whether or not it's those really tiny ones that can't even fit a hole, I'm still gonna consider it a sidewall hole. This pocket kind of follows my stringing philosophy for long poles, and Chris from Mindley Mesh did a good video on defensive pockets. You need something that's not going to be as defined. You need something that'll bag out a little bit, just so you can get a little bit more leverage on those lobs. So now we're at the sidewall hole. At the very, sorry, my nylon's in the way. Underneath this bend, the very first hole, underneath where the sidewall kind of starts. Tie down, first diamond. No floating diamonds. I just cranked it. And it will go. It'll go, and it helps reinforce the scoop. So just muscle through it. You'll get it. Just crank it right down. Do your anchor knot to the first. Then you're gonna have let's see if I can get this more in frame. Then you're gonna have a skip, that really tiny, teeny one that can't even fit a string. SI, skip, SI, 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 skip, stacked SI, SI, skip, SI, skip, SI, and then loop it back around to the inside of the throat. This is pretty much my go-to pocket for any head. I'm really a fan of the SIs, so it works for me, and makes a nice pocket, and I love the way it feels, because the head's kind of wide, so that pocket kind of makes it a little bit, let's see if I can, I have it on my pole, so you can kind of hopefully get a shot of the channel there. It's a great channel, it throws awesome. Like I played all through college with this season, and it's fantastic. Now this is with regular 15mm moon mesh. It should be a similar pattern with other meshes, performance mesh for sure. And then for the bottom string, we have the double looping, the standard double looping across a 9 diamond row toward the bottom. You'll give it a little bit of slack. It'll help push that pocket up a tiny bit, because otherwise it would be a mid-low, but if you move the bottom string up, it sits a little bit higher, and that's how I like it. Shooting strings, pretty basic. Again, my standard, I mean, look at, where's my B7? My B7 has the same stringing pattern. Braided nylon, pulled really tight on the 9 diamond row. Skip, and then just a loose shooter, just so it comes out real smooth and snaps right off that shooter, because otherwise you'll click off the top of the scoop and you will be in agony city, as Bob Ross would say. Thank you guys for watching this video. James, I hope I helped you out. If you have any questions, put them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like to subscribe. Subscribe. Yes. Like this video, share it. I don't know, do whatever you want. Subscribe. We love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We can't do what we do without you. Have a killer day, everybody.